Tackles tonight, but I think the biggest thing is the 13-year losing streak. Is that right, to Chillicothe, that you guys just snapped tonight? 16 years.
I think so.
No, it's 14.
Oh, it's 14. And what's that like to snap that thing tonight?
Oh, it's great. Great feeling as a team. I mean, it's just a team win. That's how we had to win this game.
And stopping the run game, that was the major thing that was going to make the difference tonight. Had a little bit of slips there in that second half. What happened in the first quarter? What happened to where you guys kind of tightened down?
This is a new defense we put in this week. I mean, we struggled with it the first quarter, but second quarter is when stuff really started to click, and that's when the team decided to show up, I guess. But as a team, we got it done to win.
All right, and final question for you is Big Bad Maryville's up next week. What do you think?
Well, we're going to have a good week of practice. I mean, we're ready. I don't think after this, I think we're all ready as a team.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Jimmy.
And Keegan, you were playing offensive line, defensive line tonight. Last week, it was a different thing. What did you guys say to yourself, especially after that first quarter where they were really putting a tee on the ground? What did you guys say to each other to kind of shut that down?
We just realized that we weren't as focused as we needed to be, and then we came out and we realized we all need to just focus more on our jobs and quit worrying about the guy next to us. Like, they're our brothers and we need to help them, but they got their job to do and we got ours. So we just went out there and got our job done, and it turned out for the best. And
14 years of futility, what do you think it is about this squad that allowed you guys to break that off this year?
I think this is just like one of those once in a long time group of kids where we just all come together from different grade levels. We got juniors, we got seniors, we got sophomores. They're all great. Like Cam Brick over here, Remy, they're all great. And we just all came together, and this is going to be a great year for the most part. And
what made the difference tonight? It just seemed like after that second quarter, you guys really kind of crunched down and took over.
We really got inside ourselves in the locker room. We made sure that we were prepared to come out for the second half, and we weren't going to make the same mistakes that we did in the first half. Like me included, I messed up majorly in the first half, but then I managed whenever the coaches talked to us and we got through our problems, then we came out and we crushed them.
And final question is, that offense they were running was not easy. It was misdirection. It was keep you off your pace. What'd you guys do? Hold on, let's back up. I think this band is trying to play, and I don't want to ruin anything. So
Maybe they'll play our fight song. You know, come on.
Sorry, guys. And I've never delayed a band before. I apologize. And so I guess, final question is, what did you guys do to kind of break that down, kind of simplify that offense? Because it just seemed like they had your number there, and then everything changed.
We just broke it down. We made sure that us on the O-line, we just made sure we went for the back, and then we made sure our linebackers had their own responsibility, and once we all each had our own responsibility, and if we all did our job, then it turned out for the best.
All right, and that's all I got for you, man. Hey, congratulations. You had a lot of responsibility there.
Yeah.
When it comes to an offense like that, the first key point is that nose tackle, that defensive lineman position. What were you guys doing tonight to shut that down?
So basically the D-line all had a responsibility. We were going to just kill the fullback every play, and everyone had to do their single job, so the D-line was kill the fullback. And we did that pretty good. Coach Kanegi told us to keep him under 20 yards, and I say he probably got about 50, so I think we did pretty good. And the team just came together in the second quarter and shut him down, and it's fun to be a part of.
And seeing this sea change as a program, what is that like to see everything turn around in a week? I mean, last week everyone was down on the dumps, but this week, a lot different. What's that like?
It feels amazing. I've never witnessed a Cameron football team beat Chillicothe in my 15 years, and it's fun to be a part of. St. Pius, great team. They definitely stepped up from last year. But this is awesome, beating Chillicothe.
No better feeling, right?
Nothing better.
All right, and final question. I think last year was your homecoming that they ruined. What's it like to be a spoiler this year?
It feels great seeing all the faces on the people around me. It just feels amazing. I'm speechless, really.
All right. Hey, man, that's all I got.
He hasn't worn all game.
All right. And, of course, Caleb Rick. Hey, you know, like I was saying to Remington, the what was going to decide this is what happened at the line tonight. What happened? You saw it on both sides. What was this line doing tonight?
They started off really hard. We wore them down towards the second half. That they always push us in conditioning, like over a mile sprints, but that's obviously what we needed to win against this team, so I'm glad we did it.
And this is a big victory, not just for the team, but for the program at large. How much confidence does this have you heading into Maryville, who's
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
And why is that?
Because we haven't beat Maryville for probably longer than we beat Chillicothe. So.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much does this inspire you to want to get back on the practice field, get back in that weight room, and get ready?
It wants me to push myself this next week.
All right.
As hard as I can.
And final question is, 13 years! How do you feel, man?
I don't know. I was 2 in every day. They last one, so that... I don't know. It's kind of a kid's dream almost.
Making history, right? All right. Well, hey, man, that's all I got. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, other than we've got to work harder than we did this week for this next win if we want.
All right. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Yeah, right? 14 years. Is that how long it's been since the Cameron teams beat Chillicothe?
That's what I was told. Yeah, it's been long.
How do you feel? I mean, you just made some history tonight.
Man, the boys made history.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the boys made history. I'm proud of them. They played very, very well. You know, things didn't start out very good for us, but we got some. We battened down the hatches, so to speak, and we were able to throw the ball. We were able to run the ball. We were able to do some pretty cool stuff tonight. And the kids played so well. This was definitely a team effort tonight. And
it seems like this battle was going to be decided at the offensive line, at the defensive line, that first point of contact. What did you say to your boys after that first quarter? Because it seemed like something happened in that line, and they were just getting a lot more penetration, or at least sitting back on their heels and not getting fooled on some of those plays.
We'd seen on film that they come off the ball tough and they get after it early, and then if you could tempo them a little bit like we did on offense, we get them tired. And then as the game wore on, they got more tired. Now they're not coming off the ball as hard anymore. And then it became a different game a little bit. And I think we picked up our pace a little bit defensively too. We started getting our hands on people up in front a little bit and scrape into the gap that we're supposed to be in. So I think it was a combination of both.
All right, and what do you think made the difference tonight? It just seemed like you guys almost seemed like last week in reverse. I mean, what do you think happened?
Well, I think this is a rivalry. I think our kids were tired of getting beat by Chillicothe and hearing they couldn't do it. I honestly, this week in practice, it wasn't the best practice week. We had guys sick and all kinds of other stuff going on. But there was just a feeling in the locker room before the game. Yeah, they just had enough. They had enough, and they were ready to go, and they played very, very well tonight.
And how do you feel? I think it's Maryville next week, isn't it? I mean, this is going to be the toughest challenge you guys are going to face until the postseason. How do you feel about next week? And just based off of how much momentum you built up this week.
Well, it's going to be a tough challenge. It is. And like I told somebody here a little bit ago, we're going to have to make sure we're right mentally before we can go physically play the game. I think we've had something mental with them for a while. They're a different football team. They're a good football team, but they're a little bit different. They're not what they've been in the last couple of years. So we're going to have to make sure mentally we're ready to go play Maryville, and then physically we can just go get the job done. We're going to have a great week of practice for sure.
All right. Well, no, that's all I got. Hey, congratulations tonight.